Today I'm cleaning up the shop. I have a really small shop here, but I got to make room for a new tool. Yesterday I picked up a 15-inch Craftsman Pro bandsaw. I got to find the perfect spot for it, but first I got to make a little room. I've been looking for a bandsaw like this for 2 or 3 years, and I'm so excited to finally get it into the shop. But before I do that, I have to clean up a spot for it. So that means moving some stuff around. This 15-inch Craftsman Pro bandsaw is taller than the other bandsaws that I've used before. I have enough space vertically to get it in here, and the footprint's not a problem. But a small shop like this, every little bit of room counts. Anytime I get something new or need to move something around, it's a little bit of a project to get things cleaned up. When I actually do the projects, especially wood projects, it creates a bit of a mess. So when I get a new tool like this, I need to take some time and clean up and make sure the space is ready. I'm cleaning up all the boxes and debris and other wood shavings and chips and everything in between. So I'm taking the time to clean up the area as best I can to make sure that where it's going to go is where it's going to stay. Like I said, I just got this bandsaw yesterday, so I got it into the shop now and I'm trying to find the best spot for it. I'm trying to take into consideration my workspace, my main workbench, and where I'm going to be using this most. I don't have it on casters, so where it's going to go is where I hope to leave it. I need to put it somewhere that I can run material through it. Longer boards, resawing, some of these larger projects like these wood rounds you see, all take up a lot of space, so I think I found the perfect spot for it. Getting this saw into this shop has been a bit of a process. It's been 2 or 3 years of searching places like Facebook Marketplace, other used equipment stores. I haven't had a whole lot of luck in finding something just like this over the last few years. And until now, I haven't had much luck finding exactly what I'm looking for. I have experience using 9 and 10-inch bandsaws, and I've had some limitations on what they can do. Underpowered, or the work area is not big enough, they don't fit the projects I'm trying to do. But with this one, I think it's a perfect fit. This is a Craftsman Professional 15-inch bandsaw with a full 1 horsepower motor. I've seen a few of these over the last few years, but they've always been just too far away from where I'm at. So when I saw this one pop up last week, about 45 minutes away, I knew I had to see it for myself. I think this is where I want to put the bandsaw. Right about here. A lot of cleanup to do, but we got her sitting here. Plenty of clearance. The main issue is the tension adjustment knob there at the top, but I got it pretty good close there. These shelves I have, the wood sticking out, and the stuff is sticking out past where the shelf is, so I can move all that stuff. But I think that should do. Give me plenty of room to feed material through. Out this side, I could alternatively flip it around, but I kind of like the back of the bandsaw on that side. So I'll work on getting the cover on. I got that here. And then I'll clean up some of that stuff. And then we'll start to clean up the workspace, wipe it down, and get a blade in it here in the next few days and tune it up. When I got there, it was great, in great shape, kept in a storage shed. He turned it on. There's no band on it right now, but you can see that the motor runs, and there's no real damage to it. Some surface rust on the work area, but that's really it. So now that it's here, I'm working on cleaning it up, cleaning up that work area, trying to get as much of that rust off as possible, and getting it set up for use in the shop. My plan for this bandsaw is to use it for veneers, resawing, sawing some of these wood rounds that you see. I'd love to make some of my own lumber through this, some short dimensional lumber, 2, 3, 4 feet maybe. Having something this size allows me to do a lot of really cool things that I haven't been able to do so far. I'm no stranger to buying used tools. I think that well-made tools have a long life if you take care of them. Finding used tools is sometimes a challenge, and sometimes you have to wait. You just love to go to Lowe's or a box store to pick up something that you can use right away. But oftentimes the things that are made newer, they just don't work quite as well or last as long. Some do, but I find that well-maintained older equipment works just as well. Sometimes it takes some elbow grease to get them cleaned up and in working order. Maybe you have to replace a part or two, some bearings, some blades, some belts, but oftentimes you get them at a third or a fourth of the cost. Craftsmen are good at DIY projects, so why not take the time, find the tool you want at the price you can afford, make it the best it can be, tune it up, and set it right on your projects. Cleaning up the rust on this work area is nothing new to me. I did this same process on the planer that I have. It's a 1940s Craftsman planer, 6-inch. Works really great, as you can see. Surface rust is no big deal as long as it's not pitted too deep. I'm taking my time here. I'm going through the steps to really get this surface rust off and see what kind of damage is underneath. I knew it wasn't too awful bad. If it was real pitted and warped, I probably wouldn't have bought it. So I'm really confident I can get the surface rust out. Once I'm done, the plan is to put a hard wax coating on it. That just helps the surface stay smooth for the material going through, keeps the wood moving. You can be a craftsman on a budget. Just takes a little patience and some elbow grease. Now, not everything I have is used. I'm a sucker for Makita tools. They're a little more expensive, but where I can, especially with these larger woodworking tools, nothing beats a great garage find like this. I need to spend a little time leveling this bandsaw, making sure that the workspace is flat. There are great adjustments on the workspace itself. It'll take a little time to get the actual saw blade installed and aligned correctly, running correctly, and getting the fence up. I need to build a good fence for it. It has a cross-cut fence, but there's a track for a fence in the other direction, but it doesn't have that. So I'm going to build a longer one for the materials that I'm going to run through it.
Okay, got that cleaned up pretty good. I'm going to hit it with some high-grit sandpaper, clean up some of those light pits.
We're going to check all the grease fittings, make sure it's fully lubricated, and then put it through its paces. I'm excited to get this thing running.
Okay, I'm happy with this. Now that this is cleaned, I'm going to do a light coat of WD-40 on it to just let it sit, saturate, and in a couple days I'll come back and clean it dry and then hit it with some hard wax. Okay, we got the bandsaw set up, cleaned up a little bit. We're going to get the rest of this little workshop put back together where I think things are going to go. We'll see. Not much room down here, but I'm thinking planer here, sewing machine still sitting here. I think that's perfect to get the chair back in here. Just get everything once over, clean it up, ready to go. All right, the card stopped, but I just moved the planer over here and cleaned up a little bit around here. I'm gonna finish up in this area. All right, I got a bunch of projects going on. So you can see this workshop is very small. I got some extra stuff over there. Main workbench here. Lots of projects happening. So excited to get the big bandsaw in today. That's a 15-inch 4-speed Craftsman Pro. Really excited to get that in and cleaned up. As I'm working through these projects, I'm working on cleaning up some of this stuff and putting it in different places. I'm pretty much out of space but working with some shelving units and things to try to make it fit a little bit better. When you have a little tiny shop like this, it's hard. It's hard to have a bunch of projects going on. So this setup here is the leather setup. We got the Sailrite, all the leather equipment and hides and everything. So I'm sure more to come there. So working through some projects. In the process of building a coffee table. That's this glue up here. We got some foam board for some projects I'm working on here. Some shipping boxes and other things. Made a really cool flattening jig over there. Probably look at that. But yeah, so a lot of things happening here. Excited to show you that. Get the bandsaw in. Can't wait to get that running. Got a blade coming in here in the next week or so, so we'll get that installed, do some test cuts, and get moving on some projects with that. All right, that'll do it for today.